have an objective. May it not be the case that tomorrow the dhuhr takes place and we stand wondering and looking at each other thinking that we didn't play any role in this. Therefore, it's important to understand what the Imam expects of us. One of the students of Ayatul Bahjat, Agha Ilahi, he's one of the close students of Ayatul Bahjat. He says that one day during the lifetime of Ayatul Bahjat, I saw my teacher in my dream. I saw that he was standing in a place and taking his ear from right to left and left to right, as if he wanted to hear the call of something, as if he wanted to hear the call of someone. And I woke up. So I went to him the next day and I told him, Agha, I saw you in the realm of dreams. I saw that you were taking your ear from right to left and left to right, as if you wanted to hear the call of someone, as if you wanted to hear the call of something. What were you trying to tell me in my dream? Ayatul Bahjat looked at him and he said, I pray that everyone hears the call of the Imam of their time. The Imam is calling out to you. Are you listening? The Imam expects something from you. Are you paying attention? What does the Imam expect from you? He expects you to be a manifestation of the hadith. كُونُوا دُعَاةً لِلنَّاسِ بِغَيْرِ أَلْسِنَتِكُمْ. Be preachers to mankind without your tongue. Your action should show that you're different from that Christian or that atheist or that Hindu down the street. Your action should show that you're a Ja'fari, you're a Husseini. But from our actions, certain stenches can be smelt. We love the righteous people, but we don't want to act like them. We're scared of death because of the sins that we've committed, but we carry on committing those very same sins which are the cause of us being scared of death. We regard spiritual profit as loss, and we regard spiritual loss as profit. Entertainment in the company of the rich is more dearer to us than the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala amongst the poor. The hadith says, إِذَا قَامَ الْقَائِمِ, when the qa'im finally rises, brotherhood and unity will be established to such an extent that a person will be able to put his hand into the pocket of his brother in faith, take whatever he needs, and that brother in faith won't mind. Do we have such a level of unity? Do we have such a level of brotherhood? It's not the case that the dhuhr will take place and all of a sudden a button will be pressed and we'll all become like this. This needs to happen before the reappearance. So what prevents us from acquiring those very characteristics which the Imam expects of his followers? In short, attachment to this world. In the Battle of Tabuk, in the last few years of the Prophet's lifetime, when the Prophet was gathering the troops to go to the Battle of Tabuk from Medina to Tabuk, 600 kilometers in that heat, the Munafiqeen started a psychological warfare to demotivate the troops. One group stood up and they said, "O Prophet of God, it's too hot, we can't travel with you in this heat. If we come with you, we'll perish in this heat." They wanted to stay back, attachment to this world. Another group stood up and they said, "O Prophet of God, it's harvest season. If we come with you, we won't have anything to harvest for the rest of the year, we won't have anything to eat for the rest of the year. Hence we can't come with you." They wanted to stay back, attachment to this world. And look at this excuse. Another group stood up and they said, we've heard that the women of Rome are extremely beautiful. If we come with you, we might be put into temptations, and hence we can't come with you, O Prophet of God. They wanted to stay back. Attachment to this world. At this point in time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reveals this verse. And look at the tone of this verse. I haven't seen this anywhere else in the Quran. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, in Surah Tawbah, one of the last verses of the Holy Quran to be revealed. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O people who believe, ma lakum, what's the matter with you? What's the problem with you? إِذَا قِيلَ لَكُمْ انْفِرُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ, when you are told to go forward in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. إِثَّاقَلْتُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ, you sink heavily to the ground, you cling heavily to the earth, you're attached. أَرَضِيتُمْ بِالْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا مِنَ الْآخِرَةِ, are you satisfied with the enjoyments of this world more than the hereafter? This reveals one unique characteristic of the companions of Imam Zaman, and that is this, that they're burdenless. They might have the most difficult of lives, but they're burdenless. When they're told to stand, they stand. When they're told to sit, they sit. They're detached from this world, they're not attached. And if the Imam just enters through the doors right now, with his blessed existence, if he just enters through the doors right now, and he asks us as a community, he takes hold of this mic and he asks us as a community, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted your community the best of youths. Youths who went to the top universities to study the most difficult of subjects. What did you collectively do for my reappearance? In my name, to directly prepare the souls. If the Imam just enters into the room right now and he asks us as a community, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted your community the most successful businessmen who made a lot of money. With all of this collective wealth, what did you do for my reappearance? In my name, to prepare the souls. We don't have anything to answer. We seek refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Na'udhu billah. We seek refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from becoming a manifestation of the complaint of Aba Abdullah. When he's crying and complaining and saying, An-nasu abidud dunya. The people have become slaves of this world. وَالدِّينُ لَعِقٌ عَلَىٰ أَلْسِنَتِهِمْ. And the religion is just on their tongues. يَحُوطُونَهُ مَا دَرَّتْ مَعَايِشُهُم. They hold on to their religion or they support it as long as their life is comfortable, as long as they have a comfortable life. فَإِذَا مُحِّسُوا بِالْبَلَاءِ. But when they put into tests and difficulties and hardships and tribulations, what happens, O Aba Abdullah? قَلَّ الدَّيَّانُونَ. The religious ones turn out to be very, very few. And we know that the Imam has said, هيهات هيهات لا يكون فرجنا حتى تغربلوا ثم تغربلوا ثم تغربلوا. That our reappearance will never take place, never take place until you have been filtered and filtered and filtered through these tests. Stage number 2. Stage number 3. Now we have to admit sincerely with our hands on our hearts that as a community, as a nation, we haven't yet been tested the way the Shia communities of Masalan Afghanistan or Bahrain or Lebanon or Iraq or Iran have been tested. We haven't yet been tested in such a manner. And despite not being tested in such a manner, we're in a state of heedlessness. What's going to happen?